Hey CBC family, we are back with our Road to 100 Legacy series. Today we'll be sitting down with Miss Maria Chapman, the beloved daughter of our matriarch of CBC, Miss Mamie C. Smith.
Hi, I'm Maria Chapman, and I am the daughter of Mamie C. Smith. I am one of 10 children. I have been at Community Baptist Church since I was very, very young. My mother came to Community Baptist Church in 1954, and we lived here all of my life. I love Community Baptist Church. Community Baptist Church is first and foremost a community. Many friends, many families, and that's what I love the most about Community Baptist Church. It's a family.
All right, Maria. Can you just share a little bit about your early experience? You came to the church in 1954. Could you kind of walk us through or give us a little history behind your journey here?
Well, I came to the church when I was young, like 4 years old. My mother brought us here probably as infants, each one. I'm one of 10, I'm the fifth one of 10 children. My mother came here willing to work and willing to give of her time.
Could you tell us a little bit about who Miss Mamie C. Smith was or for Community Baptist Church?
My mother was a worker that rolled up her sleeves and got busy. She was involved in many organizations. They had the Willing Workers. She sang on the choir, the mass choir, which was called back then the gospel chorus. My mother was an opera singer. So she sang opera, she had an opera voice. She was president of the Drama Guild Club. We had a club here that she believed in everyone participating, and that way she was able to grab the children from young to the senior. She presented many presentations here. She worked with Mrs. Dorothy Watkins, Josephine Singleton, who was the seamstress who made conversations. She involved because of the number of children she had in her presentations. Well, the best presentation was her Christmas, the birth of Jesus Christ, and she used my baby brother, who was a newborn, as the actual baby.
Wow.
In the swaddling clothes.
During the time that you guys were here, was the most memorable for you or influenced you the most?
The most memorable, because I came along in the 60s, I was fascinated with, there was a deacon here. Back in the 60s, the church had coal. So there was Deacon Alexander Ganaway, who was the chair of the deacon board. He was the sexton. He would shovel coal in the furnace. And I was the little nosy kid that came through the door saying, "What are you doing?" And of course he said, "Girlie, get away." And I actually saw him shoveling coal. That was so fascinating to me. I also loved being in the kitchen because there was always a great dinner being fixed. The women in the community fixed dinner every Sunday, fried chicken. That kitchen was hopping with delicious meals coming out. And for me, I always observed how they cooked, how they prepared the meal, and then I became able to cook. I also was fascinated with the trustee office. And back in the day when I became a teenager, I was a junior trustee under the leadership of Reverend Samuel B. Jubit Sr.
Wow.
So they took me upstairs. Margaret Patterson was the treasurer at the time. We had Chris Brown, Deacon Chris Brown upstairs. Deacon Dave Perkins was a trustee. I mean, these are names that I remember, and if you look on the windows, you'll see every single name that I mentioned. So that's where I got my learning experience. I learned how to count the envelopes, open the envelopes, and just see the workings of how the trustee office worked.
What do you think motivated your mom to dedicate so much of her time to Community Baptist Church?
Well, Community Baptist Church and the schools go hand in hand. Religious learning and educational learning. Everybody who lived in this neighborhood, who went to the church, also went to the local schools. She was the PTA president at PS 31 and then became the PTA president at MS 158. And she enforced that and made the school system recognize Community Baptist Church as part of the community, and they worked hand in hand. She loved that. She loved giving back to the community. She wanted the community to be a better place. She also worked with the local churches, other churches around, and she started the SHARE program of finding food pantry for our church members that might have been in need, or people in the community that might have been in need, and she used the church to help make that happen and make a difference. Would be somebody there, like Pastor Evans says, remember the verse. Don't read it, remember it. That was very important. That helped you remember things in school for your tests. That helped. That helps shape you and mold you for it. It's a transition. What you learned in church, the children benefited in the educational system from it. You went to school, you weren't shy. You were able to read because you started reading here in the church. My mom supported the church with financial literacy. She was interested in having a credit union here and everyone being involved. The younger people learning how to finance, know their finances, how to balance a checkbook, how to save money. Saving was very important to her. When we were in the public schools when I was younger, each kid had to open up a bank account. Queens County Savings Bank is what we used in PS 31. And every week you brought your $5 in and they took your passport, stamped it, passbook, and stamped it, and it was teaching you savings. Well, she wanted the same thing here at the church, to teach the church members how to save and then give back to the church, because a portion of that would come back to the church. It was a way that the church had some sort of bargaining power when purchasing things, purchasing cars, vans for the church. You had a vehicle that you could get a better price than going to your regular dealership by using your credit union. Utilizing your credit union to get credit from a bank or for a loan instead of going to the regular bank. She was trying to usher that in to the church so that members were taking advantage of that, of saving. At one point, the banks were demanding that you put a major amount of money, a large amount of money, down to open up a savings account. The church credit union didn't ask for that. So they allowed for even the person that didn't have a large capital to start saving at a very low and to watch their money grow. My mother came from the deep south of Louisiana during an era where civil rights, you didn't have many voting rights, and she propelled with working with the Board of Elections in New York City and encouraged everyone to vote. She worked for the Board of Elections. She made sure that people from Community Baptist Church were employed at the Board of Elections during our voting time, which gave her an opportunity to make sure that we continue to take advantage of our rights, A, as women, B, as minorities, to vote. We had that right. She wanted you to exercise it, and she wanted you to understand it by working at the polls. So being a supervisor at the Board of Elections, she made sure many people had jobs at different polling sites within Queens. That was her mission.